listening to Sun Ambulance, Euphemistic, released in 2001 on Saddle Creek Records. This is one of my favorite songs by Sun Ambulance, and one of my favorite songs, period, that's playing a book later in its binding. The words are really good, but the feeling, that's what I like about what I like, is if you get it right, I don't even have to hear the words, I'll catch it. And I catch it this even without catching the words. I feel this song. Comes up because last night I did finally go out. Yesterday was the 4th of July. I was invited a bunch of places and I didn't go anywhere until the evening. I went out to see Jewel Beast play their second gig. I was actually in that band originally and just couldn't commit to it. Half of the band is Daniel Knapp from Sun Ambulance. It was a good show. It's they kind of remind me of The Knife, their approach to what they're doing. It was a good show. I thought I would just kind of riff a little bit on some thoughts I'm having. I want to thank people that have been kind in sending me money. It really helps. I've been noticing the transfer value of the Great British Pound to the dollar. The dollar is almost dead. You know, people that have sent me money in pounds, it translates almost to double dollars. And we know that I know, and many people know, that the neocons, the globalists, it's part of their plan to kill the dollar, to kill America, kill all sovereignty. You know, it's not conspiracy. It's happening. You know, the reason why it's happening so successfully is because so many people are dodos and asleep and just absolutely refuse to look at this information seriously. So it's going down, but I sure noticed that in the money that people have been sending me from England and parts over there. Thank you. It makes a difference. Thank you very much. There's always drama with people. There was some drama last night on Facebook. I won't go into details about the drama because that's not the point. Because that's what I want to talk about. It's interesting to me that on the one hand, as we have supposedly developed technologically, in a human way, we have really shrunk and stunted. Since I was a kid, I have noticed that people are a lot more delicate, in the sense that emotionally people don't seem to understand their emotions or handle them too well. People appear to jump to conclusions, fly off the handle very easily. People seem to get offended over nothing. I'm just saying from my perspective. And that's what the situation was last night. It was words flying needlessly. And the thing that I kept noticing is that I'm looking at all these comments, and the main thing that I'm seeing is that people don't appear to be aware of themselves, of what they're feeling and saying, and so everything is going like this, which is what's happening in the world. Is everything is going like this? Why everything's always in such uproar? Because it seems that critical thinking and taking a moment to assess things and get a clear perspective has just gone out the window. I was having a conversation with Matt Wibke, the guy who's interviewed me for a magazine coming up. We were talking about education, and I told him I remember as a student when things appeared to be getting so difficult in the classroom that the teachers really literally stopped trying to reach people's minds and make us think. They just got to the point where they were just getting through the day. And the cumulative effect I see on society is that we have large numbers of people who just react. They don't think, you know. And even if they did think, it doesn't mean that everyone's going to come up with similar conclusions. But I think if there was more critical thinking, there would be less. It's a hope that if people were a little more clear-headed and thought more maturely and thought things through, that we would have less madness. Just wanted to share that. I don't know. You know, it's like I guess it's nice that since we're humans, we can communicate and we can express ideas. But I'm accepting the fact that it doesn't mean that there can ever be a quorum, that there can never be like a groupthink that is on a positive tip. But the reason why it lingers as a hope is because I swear my being remembers a time in history. I don't know if I've been reincarnated. I don't know, okay? But it seems like there was a time when people got along more than they don't. It seems, here's another thing I want to get out. The other thing that I think is problematic is how it seems that it is not understood that people who try to direct traffic and who say it must be like this, it must be like this, it's for an agenda. It's not that they really know anything. It's because if they can get you to do it a certain way, they'll get what they want. And I think this has been going on a long time, and most people are completely unaware of it. They just go along. They think they know. They think they know what people even think they know what they believe, and haven't even studied. They don't know what they believe. So to talk about music right quick, if it's not too late for some of you, yesterday another thing. I was informed that Paul Horn passed away on June 29th. The flutist, world traveler, world musician, man whose music embodied positivity and humanity. Of course, we heard nothing about his death because he's one of the good ones. And this is album, Altura do Sol, is one he made with Egberto Gismonti. I think that cover is hideous, but this album is gorgeous. So I posted about that yesterday and then listened to that album. I think I pulled another Paul Horn album while I was thinking about him. It has another crap cover, but it's a great album. It's not coming up, but some other music that I played yesterday. Neon Judgment, Belgian band. Really like this band, Alaska Highway. I mostly have 12-inch singles by them. Neon Judgment. It almost occurred to me who they are kind of forerunners to, but I think these guys were ahead of their time with the electronic sound that they do. Love them, love them. I also have Hot Sally and Miss Brown by Neon Judgment. There was a lot of posts online yesterday regarding Michael Jackson and Thriller, so here's mine. Not everyone has this album, but practically everyone has this album. I also got into some Red Lorry, Yellow Lorry, playing it loud last night because of all the fireworks. You know, I had to play something loud to hear anything. Okay. And then because I'd been talking about Prince, I pulled out of my closet. I wanted to see what all I had by Prince. And I have Let's Go Crazy on 12-inch. I've got this cool, sexy MF shaped picture disc. 7-inch, isn't that nice? I'm glad I kept this. I almost sold this. I'm glad I kept this. Prince is in a way, a role model for me due to the fact that he is primarily African American. His success has been, and the fact that he's a Midwest man, Minneapolis, has a lot of personal significance to me. Love Sexy. Prince, this is a great album. One that people don't listen to. I say because people don't listen to the music. They listen to what the media tells them. This is a great album. Sign of the Times, once again, didn't sell well, but man, what a creation. What is this one? Parade. Love this album. Under the Cherry Moon was a crap movie, but this music is great. My Name is Prince, picture disc. This period, again, there's mixed results from Prince, if you ask me, but what you want is this one. I Can Never Take the Place of Your Man. This is a great pop song. He can really write. Man can really write some music. I've seen Prince live 4 or 5 times. I can't remember. I know I saw the Controversy tour first, Then I saw 1999, and those were both shows were a blowaway. Glam Slam. And then the ones that I showed you that I added. I won't show those again. And then I do have 1999 on album. I still have Around the World in a Day. Cool. Prince is cool with me. Okay. So, so what's up today? Today is the 5th of July. Yesterday was a big holiday. I went out last night, saw Jewel Bees, hung out with people. I guess I will say this. I really am happy with the true nature, from my point of view, of my local fame. I can call it that because I can't go anywhere without being recognized. But I appreciate it and I enjoy it because from my perspective, people are nice and respectful. Here's one other thing I want to get in here that might not... It is related. I was earlier talking about drama and how people have problems getting along and being offended. You know, I'm well aware that things that I say probably have offended people, probably have turned people away from being involved in my videos or watching my videos, or maybe even turned them off to the VC. I take no responsibility for people's reactions. I take responsibility for what I say. Your reaction is on you. If I open my mouth, someone's going to be offended. Do I care? I care about people, but do I care about the fact that someone's thinking can be offended? In many ways, I don't. Because it's the nature of life that we all have a perspective based on our experience. So everything's not going to align. I am constantly working on getting along with people and accepting people as they are, whether or not we are in alignment or have agreement. I just want to say again that it really seems childish and immature, and people aren't working very hard when they get so easily offended by something that's very factual. The fact that people have minds and thoughts and experiences that cause us to feel and think certain things. We're all not going to agree. But I've said this before long ago. Just because I'm expressing me doesn't mean I'm anti-you. And it really seems a lot of people take it that way, that when you speak from your own perspective, that somehow you're either attacking them or you're against them or you're criticizing them. And I just want to encourage people to try a little harder, not try harder, but think about these things, gain some perspective. Opinions are fact. People have opinions. That's not going to change. When people express an opinion, you get upset. What really happened? Who did something to upset someone? Was it the person that spoke the opinion? I say no. I say the upset comes from the receiver, from how you interpret their words. We assume that people said what we think they said, but all we hear is what we are thinking. Get a grip. Think more. Try to take a third-person view. Step outside the situation and look at it as though an observer. Look at yourself. Look at what you say. Look at what you do to yourself and to others. I haven't got this down, but I'm trying to do this so that I can be responsible for what I do and work through the tough emotional minefield of life. People are people. We're individuals. We live in the mind. We live according to what we think, not according to the way things are, which is why religion has such a stronghold on the world still. Religion is a concept, and yet blood is flowing throughout history merely because of people's thoughts, but because people can't get a perspective, they're insisting that it's reality, and they'll kill you for it. I say that's stupid. I say that's really, really, really childish. I say that is the complete opposite of divine, has nothing to do with, ain't got shit to do with something divine. Madness, crazy shit. Come on. Think about that. Think about that. Just how mad. Another thing, I caught it, recently on the news where some kind of that middle-aged madness. One of the leaders is saying, you must, the first thing he says is you must have, your allegiance to me must be unquestioning. Well, if that's the first thing out of your mouth, you're up to no good. This is all for you. You're not there doing it for us. If that's what you're saying, you have to me, you have shown your ass. I want power for me, not for you. I want to control you, and you'll do it my way. If you don't do it my way, I'll cut your hands off. I will hang your babies. And if you get upset with my little fake accent there, it is not meant to denigrate or put down. Every person in this world is connected to me. We're all sisters and brothers, so I'm not doing what you other people are doing when I express my opinion. I'm not fomenting hate. If your response to me is a hateful one, take responsibility for it, because it's something you're thinking. It's something that you're not catching what I'm trying to say, is what I'm saying. You got caught. People do this all the time. They get caught. They get stuck on something someone said or did. They don't see the whole picture, and then we have madness. That's why I'm backtracking here, because I know that's how short-sighted a lot of people are. And I'm saying you can do better. I'm trying to do better, okay? Check yourself, okay? Check yourself. I'm trying to check myself. I'm serious, people. Don't be always rushing at everybody else because you don't like what they say or what they're wearing. Get a grip on yourself. What the hell is the matter with everybody?